Gabbers, we are back for another exciting, enlightening, and amazing episode of Girls Unscripted. My name is Kate.
My name is Carolyn.
Also, if you are watching on YouTube, you may notice we're wearing the same outfits as last time.
Oh my God, we're going to get canceled.
Except we did change one thing. Let's give them 3 seconds to guess what we changed about ourselves.
Do, 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 do. Wrong.
Tell them.
Our hair.
We put our hair up.
It's up.
To differentiate between
Not
this episode
down.
and last episode. We are batching this week. We're recording 2 episodes in a row because Carolyn has family coming to town next week.
This is my fault. My family, like my whole family, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, and my 2 nieces are coming in town. And it is the first time it has ever happened in my 13 years of living here.
They've all never been here. Mm-mm. Wow. Then you know what? We'll allow it.
And so I was like, I'm taking the week off. We're taking them to Disneyland. It's their spring break.
No, that's going to be really nice.
So it'll be fun.
You know, here's the thing. I love rides. I've been to Disneyland a couple of times. I like roller coasters. I know you do too, right? Right? Don't you? Didn't we talk about Knott's Berry Farm and because you like love roller coasters?
No. Oh my God. Yeah, Knott's Berry Farm was a thing. But my neck, I don't like roller coasters.
Yeah, you'll probably die actually. You've got so much metal in your body.
I don't think I'm legally allowed to do
that G-force, you would like implode.
I totally electrocute myself.
Okay, well then I don't even need to say what I was going to say. But dude, I had a bad experience on Space Mountain. So I was just going to say avoid Space Mountain.
Well, I will say the rides in Disneyland are way tamer than like Magic Kingdom.
Let me tell you something.
Not Magic Kingdom, like Six Flags.
Disneyland is the only place that I've ever gotten nauseous and it's been on 2 separate rides. And I've been on a lot of rides.
Is it one that goes round and round and round?
Nope.
Oh.
It was Space Mountain. Didn't like it.
Didn't like
Too
it.
dark. Couldn't see my hand in front of me. I got off and I was like, I hated that.
Oh God, I remember that one.
And what used to be the Tower of Terror, but it's now the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And it's
So
one of
sad.
those that takes you up and takes you down.
Yeah.
So typically my favorite ride, dude, I was like over a trash can after that.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm not, but I'm also not built like I used to be.
Yeah. The older I've gotten, the more seasickness, motion sickness I've gotten as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I was saving. So when we do batch these episodes, it's kind of hard for us to do a reality gab because this episode is airing 2 weeks after we record it. But I saved this little tidbit to tell you.
Tell me.
I started watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Wow.
Have you ever watched?
I have never sat down to start to finish it. It has caught my attention sporadically over its long tenure, but no. What led you to that decision?
So I always knew that I'd be into it. Same with you. It's always kind of sparked my interest, a little bit.
Well, oh no, you're not from Jersey. I always think you're from New Jersey.
But I'm very close to New Jersey. I spent all my summers in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. So I love Jersey Shore, like the TV show. So I was like, I knew I'd like it. I'm like, it's from so long ago. I don't know if this will be like that interesting to me. It is the only Real Housewives that in the first episode, I was like, I am hooked.
Oh man.
The character, because here's a big issue that I have with Real Housewives, okay? And I like Real Housewives. I watch it. Obviously, we talked about it on here, but I never feel like I can relate to these women whatsoever. And I do think that's a big pull of the Real Housewives. I think people like that. They like not being able to relate to them. They like that they're so rich and they're so affluent. Of touch. Right. They like, and I get that, but that's just not my thing. Also, I don't love shows where I feel like everyone is forced to be friends. That's why I love Vanderpump Rules, because they are actually friends.
Yeah.
New Jersey, there's only 2 cast members that aren't related.
Yeah.
Everyone else is related.
Oh, it's as Jersey as it gets. It gets into some crazy real life Jersey shit too.
Well, that's what I've been hearing. But I'm like, so these people, the stakes are actually very high in this show because if they have a falling out, it affects the entire Manzo family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
which
so
isn't
good.
Just an ordinary family. The stakes are high for many reasons.
Right. And now I'm on season 2, which I also didn't know Teresa Giudice has 4 kids. I thought she only had 3.
So many girls.
Anyways, and she made one of the Manzo sisters a godmother of her child. So now Teresa is linked to this family forever. Yeah. It's just so good. I had no idea about the Danielle Staub of it all. Do you know?
You had no idea about Danielle Staub?
Carolyn, I did not know a single thing. I knew that there was a dinner that Teresa flips a table and screams prostitution whore.
Stop.
I did not know what triggered it.
She's beautiful.
Danielle,
I mean, as a character.
Oh, she's great TV.
Yeah, great TV.
She's great TV.
It's
She's
fantastic.
like, I don't understand why these girls don't want to hang out with me. I'm like, I don't understand how you don't understand.
She is such a villain. I think they bring her back for a season or two.
Well, she's on season 2.
Yeah.
So.
No, I mean like season like way.
Oh, yeah, because so I don't know anything.
Okay, so you don't, wow.
I don't know who leaves, who comes back. All I know is that my friend Christy said it goes in waves. Some seasons are really good, some are really not good. There's a season where they bring in 2 twins, and she's like, that wasn't a good season. But anyways, what I want to say about Danielle Staub, though, is it took me about 3 episodes to realize she was not the same person as Luann. For some reason, I'm like, they look exactly the same to me.
What?
I know. Look, I'm a first-time watcher. I'm like, she reminds me of Luann, but I also don't watch Roni.
Oh my
Roni.
God, don't tell the Countess that.
Well, they just look similar, kind. Don't you think they kind of look alike?
I don't see it.
Okay, but then I changed my mind.
Okay, well
And
then
I
there
said,
we go.
actually not Luann. This bitch is Kristen Doty.
Oh my God.
Everything.
In 30 years or 20
everything. They are the same person.
Yeah.
Everything. Personality,
The
even
mess.
looks like that
Yeah.
is Kristen Doty.
Yeah, Kristen Doty is to Danielle Staub.
Yeah.
Oh, that's genius.
Could you imagine those two in a room together with the same hatred of one person?
Yeah.
That person would be brought down in flames.
And that's one of those things, if their forces are brought together, they're unstoppable.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they were opposing? Whew, who would win? Who do you think would win?
They'd both die.
They would both kill each other. Literally no one would win because everyone would be deceased.
No one would win. Anyways, I'm loving it. Teresa is my favorite character. I've only ever watched Teresa on House of Villains. Oh, am I gonna change my mind?
No, I just haven't. I mean, I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what it is. I cannot stand that woman. I cannot stand her.
Well, we'll
I
see
don't
if I
like
change my
watching
mind
her.
as we
I don't
go.
like, and I don't know what it is. Like, I don't even know enough plot points to give one way or the other. I did watch House of Villains. I liked her a lot more in House of Villains.
Well, she's very different on House of Villains.
Yeah, but extremely different.
Yeah.
And House of Villains like brings that out of them. But I don't know. That's one of the reasons I just haven't watched all the way through. But I will say it has been so fun watching Atlanta from the beginning that I wouldn't mind giving New Jersey a watch too.
It's funny you say that because I think Atlanta is going to be my next watch from the beginning, which I know that's crazy that like I've never watched New York or Orange County from the beginning, but I'm just going with what I think piques my interest.
Oh,
the most.
Atlanta's amazing.
Yeah, and everyone says Atlanta is the best season.
I have slept on it. I'm mad at myself.
But don't be, because now you have this amazing, like this is how I feel about New Jersey. I'm like, yes,
you
I
get to
have
watch
a
it.
show that I get to watch from the beginning that I love.
Yes, after a long day and you're like,
Yeah.
what do I watch? You're like, yes.
And I think the kids are I love how involved all the kids are on the show.
Yes. Well, it was back when all this started.
Yeah.
So it was just a different time. Oh, it's so great.
Speaking of different time, I noticed in the first episode they mentioned the recession 3 times. Like,
Oh, well, that gives it a timestamp.
yeah, like they must have been really fixated. Like the one kid's like, well, yeah, I want to start this car wash. It's going to be recession proof. And Teresa's like, I only pay in cash because of the recession.
Well, don't they work in real estate? I think they do real estate development or something. Melissa's not there yet.
Melissa's not there yet, and neither is Joe.
I think Joe works in real estate or construction
Maybe,
or something.
maybe.
I don't know.
I heard her talk on the phone to Joe when she was giving in the labor delivery room, but that's all I've heard of Joe so far.
Oh my
And
God.
Dolores isn't on yet, but she made like a brief little cameo.
Okay, good.
But yeah, so right now the housewives are only Dina, who I don't normally say this, and this is so not a Kate thing to say, but she's serving cunt.
Oh my God.
I like Dina.
I have never heard you say that, like, even or out of here.
Like Dina, she's serving cunt.
Okay.
Anyways, I like Dina. With her blonde hair and her blue eyes and her big boobs, I'm like,
Yeah.
get it, Dina.
Get it, Dina.
Caroline Manzo, I want to hear her talk forever. I want her to narrate a self-help book to me.
And now you'll have so much more appreciation for the whole lawsuit with her against Bravo.
Which I actually need to do like my really research into, because it's like I know what the lawsuit is about with Brandy, right?
Yeah.
And I just can't see it, but I'm also only 1 season in, so
Yeah.
we'll see. Caroline Manzo, Jacqueline, who she's like,
Yes,
nice,
right,
whatever. Her daughter walks all over her. Then Teresa and Danielle. So only
Okay.
5 housewives right now.
And you're right, the stakes are so high because they're family. They literally can't get away from each other even if they want to, and that becomes a huge problem.
Right.
I'm excited for you. And maybe me too. Maybe I'll hop on this train.
Well, if anything crazy happens, I'll let you know. But
Yeah.
the first episode's like the first season's like 10 episodes. It was such an easy watch. I ripped through it. But I do think maybe I like it because although I am not from Jersey, like I said, I'm close. I've gone a million times. Like it just reminds me of like home.
Yeah.
Like I'm Italian, and granted I don't have Italian families quite like that. But
That's
like
so funny.
I definitely can connect to it. I always thought, it's so funny because that was one of my first thoughts when I watched is like when I was younger, I always thought I would marry an Italian guy.
Yeah.
And like fucking 5 minutes in, I'm like, thank God.
Oh my God, it's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of spaghetti too.
I had spaghetti for dinner last night.
So much pasta.
But yeah. And like fucking Teresa's husband, what's his name? Juicy Joe.
Joe.
He is so mean to like his little daughters. I know he likes them, but like the one girl, Gia, she's going to New York Fashion Week and he's calling her ugly in the car the whole way down. Yeah. She starts crying and he's like, oh, get over it. You know I'm kidding. But that's how those guys are.
Yeah, it's not going to get any better. I'm just warning you. Well, from the little I know.
I'm in. I'm ready for it.
From the little I know. And I did used to watch it back in the day. So that's why I know enough about like Danielle Staub and the table flip and that stuff. I feel like I tried to rewatch it recently. But yeah, maybe it's time for another go.
When I'm seeing a lot of memes right now that are like, I can't believe we are getting to live through a time, or we have lived through a time where we witnessed 3 housewives go to jail. Jen Shaw, Teresa, and now Karen Huger. That's her last name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We saw Karen at the party.
You're right. And you were like, oh my God, that's Karen.
I was like, that's the Grand Dame. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize it was her.
I didn't realize that she was going through all that she was going through.
Well.
Shit, girl.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Well, we did because we saw she's the one who got the DUI.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did you watch the tape of that?
No. Well, you watch, she's Potomac, right?
Yeah.
And I don't watch Potomac.
But you should still watch this tape. It's crazy.
I saw some clips of it.
Oh, it's nuts.
Yeah.
She's like talking about Andy Cohen and all this stuff.
Let's talk about other people that have problems. What's our segue here?
Let's talk about other people getting hair ripped out of their vaginas.
Perfect segue.
Perfect segue.
Seamless segue.
Seamless segue into the first scene of season 2, episode 7, which is titled
Addicted.
I looked it up before.
I'm trying to forget that I'm addicted to you. Do you know who sings that?
Is it Dashboard?
Nope. All I want.
Simple Plan?
Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
I love Simple Plan. My screen name was Simple Plan Lover
That's
Forever.
right, yes.
And I love them forever.
I forget that sometimes.
Okay, so they go to Cocktail Wax. To no one's surprise, closed.
Also, I love that they had little cocktails afterwards because the best bikini wax I've had is in Nashville, where they literally was like, okay, and then what kind of shot do you want?
They should give it to you before, though.
They do.
Okay, not at this
Nashville,
place.
they did. Not at this place. I know. It's like afterwards. It was like, no, it's like, do you want 1 or 2? Are you driving? They're like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, amazing. I also loved that there was 0 plot development here. It was just
straight to the JJs.
Just about bikini waxes.
You're so right. They didn't even have a conversation. Well, did they talk?
And once they had the cocktail.
Right, but we didn't need to see the
But we had about
wax.
3 minutes of screaming.
And I was very surprised that 1, they showed so much of this on TV, and that 2, Stassi's like spreading her cheeks in front of the whole production crew. I was very surprised by that.
I thought you were going to say in front of Katie, but I didn't even think about it.
No,
it was
there's
the whole crew.
camera and sound.
Yeah.
And probably a producer.
Everything.
But good for her. That's what makes her good TV. I've only ever gotten 1 bikini wax.
Oh,
ever.
I thought you were going to say, I've only gotten 1 lip wax because that's what Katie got.
Oh, yeah.
She couldn't even finish it.
But I will say, from my 1 and only bikini wax, I would have been the same way as Katie. I'll just shave the rest.
It is so painful.
It's so, like, you don't know that it's good. Like, I got it for my 30th birthday. European Wax Center does like 1 free wax. Your first wax is free.
Yes, I've taken advantage.
I was like, fuck it. Let me do it. It can't be that bad.
It's that bad.
It's that bad.
It's that bad. It makes me, and I know this isn't true, but just let me live in my bubble. It makes me hope that childbirth can't be that bad because that pain is so bad. And I've had a lot of surgeries and shit. Like, I've known pain. It never gets easier.
No, yeah, it hurts.
It hurts so bad.
Yeah, to me, it's not
the
worth it.
things we do. I should really get it lasered is what I should do. But
I heard that hurts though. It's a lot of, but probably not.
Probably
like
not
a
as
wax.
much as ripping out your hairs.
Yeah. Anyways, crazy scene.
To be women.
What do they even talk about when they drink their cocktails? I didn't even write it down.
It was like, Jack still loves me or something like that.
Boring.
No, I think she calls Jax bipolar because I needed to give her a point.
Oh yeah, she does.
Of like, oh, he likes me, he hates me.
We used to really throw around the word bipolar back then.
I know. It's not right. And it has to go on the sheet. But it was a different time.
Then we get to Sir, and Scheana tells Stassi that her first article is finally up. And Stassi says that she's going to leave mean comments on it. And I had briefly mentioned this last episode that we recorded, but I feel like Stassi and Scheana are mean to each other, but it's like playful and flirty. Like they definitely hate like each other.
I thought you were going to say they definitely want to fuck.
Maybe.
No.
Well, at the end of this episode, the girls would say Scheana wants to.
That's
Scheana's
true.
single white femaling.
I didn't really understand that.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it. But then we go to the other room at Sir, where Peter invites Lisa to his 30th birthday party.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Peter, he's looking good.
Peter's cutie.
He's a cutie patootie here. And he's working hard. It's cute.
I don't blame Scheana for giving him a lap dance.
Yeah.
Which you can. We'll get to. If you guys don't remember, this is the episode where Scheana gives Peter a lap dance on his birthday. And then the girls are all drunk in the back, pissed off at Scheana. We'll get there, but it's worth it.
We'll just speed through this so we can get there.
The build-up is good. I will say, they also show how they're all like going over their receipts at the end of the night to like calculate their tips and stuff. And I will say, like, people think that like servers are stupid. Like you're only a waiter or a waitress because you're dumb. I've never done harder math than trying to calculate my tips at the end of the night. And then giving the percentage to the bussers, to the bartenders, then figuring out what I give to the house, what I give back. It is so hard.
And you have to balance it to the penny.
Yeah.
And if there's 1 cent off, you have to look at all your fucking math to figure out where that 1 cent fucking went. It's hard. It's harder than it looks.
I used to think like, oh, if I fuck this up, my taxes will be fucked up and I'll get arrested. Like it's a lot of pressure to put on a 20-year-old person.
I never did that. I was just like, fuck, the manager needs this to balance and I've got to figure it out.
It's so annoying. I used to bring extra pennies to work with me.
Oh, funny.
To just give them.
Oh, to just do it. Oh, that's so
like
smart.
my math is off, but here's 2 cents.
Take it for fuck's sake.
I was over it.
For the love of God.
Jax and Stassi also have a conversation with Sir about how Jax can date, but he can't date. Like she wants him to date, but she also doesn't want to.
Right. And Jax and Stassi fight again about Jax bragging about hooking up with a ballerina at the bar. Stassi
threatens to quit Sir if Jax keeps contacting her, which I'm glad that they're both finally putting their foot down.
They are, but it is through one long night because then we again move scenes to Sir, but while they're tipping out, where they again have another fight about Jax banging and hooking up with a ballerina while they're tipping out.
And they have this fight in front of half the staff.
And Jax isn't even mic'd.
I do feel like we are watching Stassi like in real time having an aha moment of like, wait, Jax sucks. He was a bad boyfriend. And I can't believe I was actually considering getting back with him.
So walk the fuck away because I don't give a fuck.
We'll see if she does. Yeah, we'll see if she actually puts her money where her mouth is. But it does seem pretty final.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it is. Can we go to the next scene? Because I wanted to text you about this. I was so excited about this. This is one of the best scenes. Well, not this scene, but sets up for one of the best scenes, I think.
The Korean barbecue scene?
Yes!
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. We're at Tom and Kristen's apartment. Tom plans a nice dinner date for Kristen, who is a vegetarian, to go to Korean barbecue. Let's just set up that the mere title might insinuate that there's trouble to come. Let's just set that up.
Vegetarian going to barbecue.
Okay. We can move on to the next one.
So before they go to this Korean barbecue, we have a quick scene at Jax's apartment where basically Schwartz just talks to him about how he's going to date again. I will say, every scene we've seen Schwartz in during the day, he's wearing sweatpants. I just had to point that out. Gray sweatpants every day. He had him on the bike. He had him in this scene. He really is just like a bum.
That really does check out. Oh my God, I laughed so hard on our doofus edit post. We had the TikTok about Tom Sandoval being more relatable on the Traders because he has a doofus edit. And then someone commented, so you mean they're giving him the Tom Schwartz edit?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
And I lulled so hard.
That was a good comment.
I was like, that is dead on.
That was a good comment. Jackson Schwartz also partake in a lot of ball jokes during this little boys hang.
Yeah, it's just a boys hang.
Whatever. Let's move into more important things. Now we're at Korean barbecue.
Oh my God. For those of you who don't know, Korean barbecue is as close to a live butcher shop pop-up experience you can get. They cut meat with scissors at the table. It is quite literally a meat mall. You will smell and think of meat for weeks.
It is just raw meat right in front of you.
It is so much meat, and he takes a vegetarian there. It is fantastic.
In Tom's defense, now I don't know what type of vegetarian Kristen is, but my friend Hunter, a listener of Girls Unscripted, is a vegan. And she's gone to Korean barbecue with us a million times. But I don't know that the raw meat thing phases her, but we do. She has like a separate.
Does she have the cabbage stew? Because that's all they offered.
Well, this Korean barbecue place was weird because she orders like vegetables. She makes carrots and peppers, and she has her own little grate so it's not cross-contaminated with the raw meat.
Well, that's what Tom's made it sound like back at the apartment.
I think that
Production.
I don't know if it was a setup or not. All I know is that the moment Kristen walked in there, she hated it and she wasn't going to be happy.
I love when he was like, we have spicy cabbage stew. And Tom was like, that sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
He knows it sounds god awful.
Yeah. So again, nowadays they offer vegetables. Maybe back then they didn't offer vegetables to grill. But I will say, I've been a couple times to the vegetarian and everything's been fine. But get this. So I looked this place up. It's called Parks Barbecue. If the same one is still open, it's a Michelin star.
Shut up.
I swear to God. That's what Google told me. If it's the same one. If it's the same one.
Fuck. I gotta go. I gotta take Kyle.
Yeah. By the way, I love Korean barbecue.
It is so good.
But if I were a vegetarian, that would be the last place I would be caught.
I would be yakking.
Yeah. I saw Jax at Korean barbecue one time.
You did, and you were really scared that he was going to recognize you.
Yeah. I think he did.
And he probably did.
If it wasn't for that moment, though, I wouldn't have realized that I was blocked by him on Instagram.
So everything happens for a
reason. It all comes full circle. There is one moment in this date between Tom and Kristen where Tom Sandoval says to Kristen, Jax only goes after girls that are a sure thing. Not knowing that Jax has already gone after Kristen.
Oh, bam.
And she
boom.
was a sure thing.
Bummer. Busted.
Yeah. Anyways, this date sucks. They both hate each other.
Oh, yes. I thought you were saying that for the next one, too. Sorry. Let's move on.
Oh, no. The next date, they may hate each other, but they're fucking.
But it's going down tonight.
So they go to Beso, which is closed. Looked it up. Jax is out with a real Jersey girl. Maybe she probably watches The Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Love you. She's probably watching right now.
She's probably watching. She's probably trying to get on. And they talk about how Jax could be on the Jersey Shore or some dumb shit. I mean, he does kind of fit the bill, to be honest. But yeah. Jax, they have this cute little date, whatever. It really was not interesting. But Jax says, do you want to maybe go back to my place and watch a movie? Remember being asked to go watch a movie?
Yes.
You always knew what that meant.
We knew exactly what movies meant. We're not
even in high school, it'd be like, do you want to come over and watch a movie? And I just know we'd be making out on the couch
like
all
little just smooching all night. Did you this is just a throwback LA personal thing. But when Jax was like, so do you think you're going to stay? Do you remember when you would get asked that all the time?
Oh, interesting.
When you first got to LA, it was
I guess it was how long do you think you'll live here?
How long do you think you'll live here?
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to stay? Do you think you're going to stay? I get asked it less frequently now, but it's still in the picture.
Yeah.
And I have an existential crisis every time.
Oh, I definitely get asked it still of so do you think because now that I have a boyfriend and stuff, it's so do you think you'll be there forever?
Yes, that's the question.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I'm just living my life.
Day by day. Then we go to a scene at SUR where Jax reveals to his coworker that he's had sex with 7 girls in 2 weeks. This poor guy, Curtis is his name. He's just like, okay,
He's
man.
hey, rock on.
Rock on.
Rock on.
Rock on. Then there's a quick little conversation. Lisa talks to Jax about him and Stassi. He says he doesn't know if he's going to go to Peter's birthday. And then he reveals that he's going to go back to therapy.
And Lisa says, let's see it.
Yeah. Put your money where your mouth is. Just a setup scene.
Mm-hmm.
The next scene. Stassi and Scheana go to Birds.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been to Birds?
Yes. But it's been a long time.
Birds has the best chicken fingers I've ever eaten in my entire life.
Wow. Okay.
It is a thing with my friends and I. We say Birds is for the girls. We can only eat chicken fingers from Birds. Only girls can go to Birds.
Nice.
Sarah, my friend, had her 30th birthday at Birds. At Birds, she called it her Birdie 30.
Oh,
where we all
hilarious.
dressed as birds. Guess who we saw?
So cute.
Guess who we saw there? At Sarah's
Scheana?
Birdie 30. Tom Sandoval and Ariana. Right before. This was in December, so it was right before Scandal happened.
Oh,
let me tell you something else about Birds. when me and my shitty ex-boyfriend broke up, I didn't eat for like 2 weeks because I was just like fucked up. The first meal I ate, chicken fingers from Birds.
Nice.
It was the only thing I could stomach.
Nice.
So I love this restaurant that they're eating at. I love Birds.
So you know what? Let's give it up to Birds.
Birds is still around as it should be.
That's
Anyways,
beautiful.
and I just thought it was kind of an interesting place for Scheana and Stassi to meet because it's like a sports bar.
Yeah. Where is it again?
It's in East Hollywood. It's like right by UCB.
Oh.
On that strip.
Huh.
Funny enough, right next to where Schwartz and Sandy's was, which I think is why we saw Sandoval and Ariana there. But
Oh, makes sense.
anyways, Stassi realizes at this meetup that maybe her and Scheana aren't so different after all.
Maybe they can get along. And maybe they can get along at Stassi's 25th birthday party in Cabo.
Which she did shockingly invite Scheana to. There is one, so I'm like, all right, things are going well between these two. But there's one thing that Scheana says that I'm like, bitch. She says Stassi should be thanking her for fixing what was previously broke with Lisa. But Scheana is the one that turned Lisa against Stassi, and now she turned her back in Stassi's favor. So Stassi should be saying thank you. Did you follow that?
What I didn't follow is how coolly Stassi reacted to that. Because I thought Stassi was going to slap her across the table, but she goes, it was very mature. It was like, I appreciate you trying to fix it, but no. That's basically what she was saying.
I will say, I think that Stassi is trying to kind of play Switzerland in this because I don't know if maybe she didn't like that she came off as the mean girl last season.
Yeah, I don't think she liked that Lisa saw her come off as the mean girl.
Right.
last
It
season.
seems like she's mostly concerned with Lisa because she does say, me and you both used to be Lisa's
her
favorites.
favorites,
And now it's just you.
Like what? I haven't been someone's favorite. I'm Kyle's favorite.
Well, you're definitely people's favorites.
Thanks so much, Catherine.
But it is like you want to be your boss's favorite.
Yeah.
So then you get the perks.
Makes sense.
Peter's birthday.
Here we are.
Couture Club. Doesn't exist anymore, but have you ever been to Tramp Stamp Granny's?
Of course.
I think we've probably been together.
Yeah.
It's like right there. It was right there. I don't know because Couture Club looked humongous. So there's a piece of me that wonders if maybe they split it in half and half of it is what is now Tramp Stamp Granny's.
Oh, I was like, because it definitely wasn't Transparent Granny's because it's small.
No, yeah. So this place was big. Peter's birthday. Everyone's showing up. Jax doesn't show up. It's fine. But Lisa shows up and the crowd goes wild.
Crowd goes wild. As Scheana says, whenever she shows up, she is the most beautiful person in the room.
And Stassi, it's that type of behavior that makes Scheana Lisa's favorite. Take notes.
Great point. Great point.
So Lisa says, we need to spice up this birthday. We need to make it more fun. I'm thinking maybe like a dance circle. Maybe like maybe limbo or something.
Or maybe put like a fun umbrella in their drinks.
Right. Maybe
Something cute.
Yeah, everybody sing a song together. But nope, Scheana decides it's her duty to give Peter a lap dance. And it is so cringe.
It's really bad.
She has a boyfriend that is there. And look, he doesn't care, whatever, that's fine. But it's weird. There's plenty of fucking girls there. Obviously, there's a reason none of the other girls want to give Peter a lap dance.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It is weird. All of it was weird. I don't think she was like touching him as much as like a real lap dance. I mean, she was, as she says, booty popping.
She was trying to be sexy. Like, also if she was like trying to be funny, maybe.
It also looked like she was trying to be sexy kind of in fast forward. You know what I mean? She was just
she was moving so quickly.
It was just
Wait, you're so
a lot
right.
of shimmying really
You're so
fast
right.
back and forth.
Katie says no, she's not giving Peter a lap dance because she's practically engaged.
Practically, which, oh my God.
Does Schwartz know that? He doesn't even own a pair of jeans.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I need to add that to the sheet.
Well, so then the girls go outside and they sit at this like random ass table in the back to just essentially talk shit on Scheana. And you can tell that while all the girls are talking shit, Stassi is staying dead quiet because she doesn't want to get in the middle of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep, dead quiet. And I love how just our boy Peter, when he has stayed so even keeled this entire season, but this is where he raises his voice.
For the first time.
For the first time is because it's his birthday and he liked getting the lap dance from Scheana and he wants one from everyone.
He basically goes, shut the fuck up. It's my birthday. You should all be giving me lap dances.
Stop it.
And I loved that.
I loved it. He put his foot down.
This is where they reveal Kristen says that Scheana is single white femaling Stassi.
So what does this mean?
Looked it up. It came from a film, and it says it's an obsessive and manipulative female friend or romantic partner.
Okay.
I think in the context that they're saying it is basically like you're seeing her and you're so obsessed with her that you want to copy her. Like you want to just be her friend so badly. Like,
oh, okay. I didn't know if it was a dating thing of like you want to date her because you're single by. I don't know.
well, it's almost like you either want to be with her or you want to be her. And I think they kind of say that too. It's like you're just so obsessed with her.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want to do? Fuck her? Like, I think that's kind of like what they're implying here. So yeah, they're fighting over that. It's just like a whole mess of a fight. So I will say I was very proud of Stassi of being quiet. She knows like, I don't want to chime into this.
If I were her, I would not say a damn thing.
No,
you want Katie at you?
And it's funny because it's like, I do think Scheana expects Stassi to stand up for her. But Scheana also has to understand that Katie is her best friend too.
Yeah.
And she's not going to get in the middle
for
of that.
much longer, and they have much more history. And also, she, for her own protection, you do not want Tequila Katie.
No. And Stassi even says, which by the way, they still haven't referenced her as Tequila Katie yet. We haven't heard them say, but I'm referencing it. Stassi even says in a talking head, Katie's being really mean right now.
Yeah. Even
For
Stassi
Stassi
says it's really mean.
So then Shay, Sheena's boyfriend, comes up and he's trying to like mediate everything. And it's funny because like Shay is standing up for Scheana outside of the girls, then Schwartz is inside like making Scheana feel better. And I understand why the girls don't like Scheana. She is always the victim. She is always her. And like she's getting exactly what she wants right now. She's the center of attention. But you guys started it. You guys were mean to her.
I think they were so mean to her kind of out of nowhere. No.
Like, why the fuck do they care that she danced on Peter?
She literally was sitting there for like 2 seconds. And it was like, well, why are you sitting there? You're not friends with us. You fucked up as a friend.
And I think that's what Peter's saying. You all should be giving me lap dances. Shay's like, I don't give a fuck. It's not that big a deal. This is where Katie says to Shay, we're not going to have the same conversation where you can conjugate any kind of verbiage. And Shay responds, what does that even mean?
Well, I didn't know if it was a reference of him being so drunk that he couldn't have a conversation, which is ironic if that's what she's saying.
But what I'm with Shay. What does that mean? Why is she saying, what are the, like, I don't.
Conjugate verbiage?
Was she trying to use big words? She's obviously fucked up. It's like she had an encyclopedia in her hand.
Oh, I thought it was funny.
It was a great line.
It was a great line, but it's just ironic coming from her and my IMO.
She has a couple of crazy things. This is so then we'll move on. Katie then tells Shay to grow a pair of balls and come talk to us. Mean. Then Schwartz comes out and decides to confront Katie and call her out of line, which is like his number one thing he loves to say to her.
Loves to do. You're out of line.
And this is where we have the iconic line of Katie going, my own boyfriend is sticking up for the whore in there.
That was a great one. Can I do it?
Yeah.
My own boyfriend is sticking up for the whore in there.
All right, everybody, please vote on which one was the best impression.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, there's obviously a lot that happens after this that we don't see on camera.
I know. This was back at a time where producers couldn't force the cameraman to stay there all night.
Right, they were like, you've already been working for 12 hours. You have to go home.
You have to go home.
But we needed them there after 2 a.m.
The shit went down.
Yeah, which we'll learn. But first we have a quick little therapy scene.
Oh my God. Kate, I also wanted to text you about this scene. What is happening here? What is happening?
If I was his therapist, I think I would need therapy after this scene. Because he's like, yeah, everything I told you last year, completely lied to you. I did cheat on Stassi. I'm addicted to sex. Is that a real thing? I think I'm a sex addict. I love sex. I've slept with 300 women.
But I don't have a problem because it's not like 3 a day or anything. Because 3 a day is too much.
Yeah.
He only does, 1 a day.
Have you ever watched Love Island UK where the men like talk about all the women they've had sex with? And it is like in the hundreds.
Really? I mean, to be a man.
Like, I guess if you're just single and like you have a bunch of one night stands over the course of like 10 years.
If he does it, I mean, within that episode, Jack says he had sex with 7 girls in 2 weeks.
That's an easy way to get you to 300.
Do the math. It gets you there quickly.
But it's just crazy. There's no way for him to, I don't think he has no idea how many
Oh, no.
who he's even had sex
No,
with.
it's in the thousands.
Yeah. You think?
sure, yeah.
At this point?
Yeah, I knew someone in like the 600s.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the highest I've ever heard, though.
What a player.
What a fucking legend, dude.
Let me tell you a crazy story, though. I don't know if it's this therapist, but Jax told a story recently, like within the last year or two, on Watch What Happens Live, that I think he said it was the therapist he saw during season 2 of Vanderpump Rules. He found out that therapist was at a bar, like airing all his shit out. Have we
You've
talked
said
about
that,
this?
but I haven't like linked the face
I
to the
think it's
thing.
her.
Oh, that's shitty.
I don't know if it's her, and I don't know if maybe it's someone he met off camera, but he said it was a therapist he saw during season 2.
Oh,
that basically
damn.
told everyone at the bar like all his shit, and that is pretty horrible.
That's shitty.
I do have to say something that I thought was hilarious. So we see a preview for like coming up, like before the commercial,
Yeah.
and it's Katie like crying outside, and she's like, "I hate me even more than you hate me." You know,
Yeah,
she says
yeah.
that. And then it stops. And then a commercial I've been getting a lot on Peacock is Katie's something about her sandwich commercial.
Oh.
So immediately after that, it cuts to Katie going, "I needed to know what people really thought of my new sandwich." So it's like, I hate me. I needed to know what people really thought. And it was such a crazy cut because it was Katie. And it was pretty amazing because I was like, if this Katie only knew what this Katie was doing and the life that like, it was just such a crazy, like, side by side.
That is trippy. It's emotional if you think about it.
Like, you're having a panic attack on the side of a West Hollywood sidewalk, and now you're doing a mayonnaise commercial. Single and thriving for your own sandwich shop.
I saw another clip of like comedians watching a clip where it was some really fucking serious documentary, and it cuts to the commercial that's like, "Butt hair sucks." Like,
The commercial cuts are amazing. I love them so much. I just had to say that because it was
that's
crazy.
great. I haven't seen that commercial. I want to see it.
Oh, you haven't? It's on social
No.
media. It's cute. There's a couple something about her ones.
Oh, good for them. And to finalize the therapy scene, we have the therapist recommending literature to Jax, which he assumes to mean is just fictional narrative, fun, leisurely reading, beach reads.
I'm so glad that you and I had the same thought process because I was like, she recommends there's some helpful books to read, like self-help books. And he immediately goes to, "Oh, I really like The Great Gatsby."
The Great Gatsby.
Like, he thought that this bitch was going to recommend he read Holes. And then he's getting like the 4 Agreements. Like, what the? It's crazy.
Holes was the perfect example for that joke. Oh my God, that was so good. Ooh, anyways.
It really was so funny. So this episode ends with Christine and Kelly having a yard sale. This is where we learned that Katie turned into a drunken demon off camera. She reveals that not only Tom and Ariana have hooked up, she also revealed that Jax and Kristen had sex in January.
Which I forgot was revealed so early on
By Katie.
by Katie.
I forgot too.
I didn't think about where it came from, but that makes sense.
So basically, it seems like what happened was we've all either been there or been with a friend that's been there where she just got so drunk. She got angry. She was crying. She was throwing things. And she's just spilling everybody's secrets. Never tell Tequila Katie your secrets.
God damn.
The bleach went to her head.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She was saying everything. She was throwing drinks. Have you really seen friends like get that drunk where they're throwing things?
I've seen friends get really drunk where, I mean, they just, a switch flip.
Well, yeah, we've all had the switch flip.
And you know what? It's interesting not to get too like therapy about it, but it's typically been friends that gone through or were currently going through something difficult in their life.
Absolutely.
Like a trauma trigger.
No,
So-
I think we all, if you go to college where it's like assumed you binge drink, need courses in why we are motivated by certain things and the
Right.
trauma we're actually burying and stuff
Right.
like that. Because we don't know anything and we're just like poisoning ourselves.
Right.
But it's a hell of fun.
I've actually heard that, like, now, you know, everyone's a fucking therapist. They're going back and they're like, Katie was unhappy in her relationship with Schwartz, or she felt less than, or whatever. And it was showing in her drinking.
Yeah.
Tequila Katie was like a factor of how she was feeling, her insecurities, whatever. I mean, I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying that's what people have been saying.
Has she fallen through the window by this point?
Yes.
That had already
That
happened.
all happened where she like falls through the skylight, she breaks her jaw. That happens before filming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which again, actually really good point. Huge trauma in life.
A lot of that.
So I get it. And you could see it in her eyes when she's basically breaking down in front of her friends on the sidewalk the next day after. Her anxiety is probably through the roof.
When she says that, hate myself more than you hate, like, oh, that hit.
I felt horrible.
Yeah.
I had like a pit in my stomach listening to her say how much she hates herself.
Yeah.
But it also made me feel a little happy because she's just come such a long way from that. So
that's the positive spin on it.
Yeah.
She's come such a long way.
Yeah. Kristen, on the other hand, continues to lie. Straight through her teeth. Katie, that is disgusting. That is gross. That's like my brother.
The denial this motherfucker does.
Denial is a river in Egypt.
I remember watching this the first time and thinking, there's no way.
Oh, no way.
Oh, she's telling the truth. There's no way that would happen.
It's like the most shocking reveal that happens on camera.
Do you think this was more shocking or Raquel?
Raquel.
Yeah.
But that didn't. But this happened on camera.
This was, yeah. You're right. This was legendary
Raquel,
in front of our faces.
Scheana was more shocking because to me it was more unexpected. Although this was pretty crazy just because we saw all the lying. Like Kristen and both Jax, very believable.
And going back akin to Raquel and Tom, watching all the scenes, being like, holy shit.
How did we miss this?
This all was going on under the surface?
Yeah. Yeah. Both shocking.
Poetry.
And that's why Vanderpump Rules is the best show and why we're still talking about it.
Yeah.
Then Katie storms off and we're kind of left on a little cliffhanger there.
And Stassi says, if this is true, all of our lives are going to change and she's going to kill Kristen. Which...
Neither of those things really happen in hindsight, but...
their lives did change. Their relationships changed.
They never looked at Kristen the same way again.
Yeah. I don't think anyone looked at Kristen the same way again. Yeah. Which is fucked up, because I do think we gave Kristen a harder time than Jax about it.
100%. And that's why I'm glad that I feel that Raquel and Sandoval kind of got the same brunt.
Yeah, they both got a good kicking in the butt.
But yeah, no, Jax got off scot-free. They all stayed friends with Jax after, and they banned Kristen from their lives.
It was so hard for me to not go to the next episode to see what happened next. Because I can't remember how she because she continues to do this for a while. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Well, I remember, again, I didn't watch the next episode either, but Stassi does text Jax from Kristen's phone.
Which is crazy.
But Jax doesn't spill.
Yeah.
So, which I'm very surprised by.
I want to see how that played out. Yeah. Exactly. We will dissect it all.
The sheet is going to go buck wild next episode, but I feel like it went a little wild this episode.
Yeah. Oh, God.
The girls.
Yeah. Okay. Quickly. Stassi calls Jax bipolar. I've done that before and I didn't want to not put it. Yeah. So, it's a one. Jax and Stassi fight again about Jax bragging about hooking up with a ballerina at the Sur Bowl while they're working. It is a fight at work. I gave them both 2 because I'm sick of hearing about this.
I know, yeah.
And then they fight again about Jax banging the ballerina. I gave them 2 again. I just slapped them both.
Good. It's your rules.
It's my sheet, my rules. Tom takes his vegetarian girlfriend to Korean barbecue for a romantic date. I gave him a 3. I thought this was deserving.
Well, it is like if you're really trying. It seemed like it was more for him. Like this guy was serving him up a plate and Kristen's just like eating coleslaw on the side.
The cabbage stew.
Yeah.
Jax had sex with 7 girls in 2 weeks going on quote a rampage, which it's not the number I'm giving points for. It's how he talked about the number.
Yep, braggy.
The braggy, I didn't like it. It was a 1. Scheana gives Peter a lap dance in front of her boyfriend. I did give her points for this because I thought it was weird.
I agree.
I thought it was a weird thing to do. Tequila Katie and Kristen are savage.
Wait, how many points did you give her?
Oh, I gave her 1. Okay. Sorry. Scheana gives a lap dance. I just gave her 1. Tequila Katie and Kristen are savage to Scheana at the table. Oof. Yep, they both got points for that. And this is the quote, my own boyfriend is sticking up for the whore in there. We don't call other girls whores, so I gave it a 1. Tequila Katie, and I guess I should stop putting this because you're right, she's not Tequila Katie yet.
But she always will be to us.
To us, she is. Tequila Katie is savage then to Shay, Sheena's boyfriend. I gave her a 2 because I thought she was really mean to him.
Oh, no, she was really mean to Shay.
I thought she was really mean for literally
Well, and even Shay was kind of shook up about it afterwards. He was like, dude, the way that she just talked to me.
Like they can all tell that something shifts.
And we don't know much about Shay, but I feel like anytime he's in a confrontation, he's typically pretty even keeled.
Yeah.
He's doing exactly what he should be doing by standing up for his girlfriend.
He does. So. Stassi doesn't stick up for Scheana. I threw it a point. She was dead silent during that whole altercation. I think it needed to be recognized.
Okay.
Tom tells her blackout girlfriend to apologize and that she's out of line. This is where you could give points on all sides, and I will. I gave points for Tom because he never had Katie's back, and I just felt like that deserved a point.
Also, if your girlfriend is so drunk, have enough wherewithal to like
take her home.
Yeah, like you calling her out of line, did you think she'd be like, you're right?
Take her the fuck home. Like, how do you think that was going to end? Katie thinks she's practically engaged to Tom at this point. It is a delusion point. Jack says he's not that bad with sex, though. It's not like 3 people a night or anything. I put a 1 because that quote was crazy to me. Jax thinks his therapist is offering him leisurely book recommendations when she offers him literature after admitting he's a sex addict. I gave him a 1 for this. Kristen denies and humiliates Katie for repeating the rumor that Kristen hooked up with Jax when she did hook up with Jax.
Yep.
Gave her a 2. Katie went to the dark side, saying hurtful things to Stassi and Kristen, throwing waters in their faces. I gave her a 2 for that. She did get a few points this round, which leaves our totals for this episode: Stassi 5, Jax 7, Scheana 1, Kristen 3, Sandoval 3, Schwartz 1, Katie 7.
Yeah,
so
I was
and
waiting for
Katie.
that. I was waiting for that.
Ariana 0. So the running total.
Was Ariana even in this episode?
I don't even think she was.
Yeah.
We did not see her. With running totals of Stassi at 17, Jax at 32, Scheana at 15, Kristen at 30, Sandoval at 25, Schwartz at 3, Katie at 9, Ariana 7. So Katie has made her appearance, and I think we're going to see her continue to rise on this thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's that time of the game, people. This is where the dark horse comes out.
I remember this episode when Stassi says that she invited Scheana to her birthday in Cabo, that I actually did go back and rewatch the Cabo episode because I was just there in September. And I went to see where they went. And yep, that's where Schwartz pours his drink on Katie. Like, we said this in a previous episode of like, there is a different storyline every episode.
Yeah.
There is a different, like,
hard to keep up.
It's who's fighting with who. Like, you just never know what you're going to get.
And it's always absurd.
Yeah. Like, I think about like Southern Charm this season, right? It's like the whole season has just been about JT basically and Shep's girl.
Like,
it's like you know
JT.
what you're gonna get every episode you turn on. With these early Vanderpump Rules, you had no idea.
You don't know who's telling the truth.
New information drops every week.
You don't take nothing at face value.
Right.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Well, guys, thank you so much for listening to yet another episode of Girls Unscripted.
I have a little favor. If you do listen and you haven't rated, my next goal is to get us to 100 ratings.
Ooh, good goal.
Because that would be great. So if you could please
on
rate.
just in general, like on.
Oh, that's a good point. I guess like both Spotify and Apple.
Yeah.
So like whichever you listen to, because that would be a big milestone for us as well. And when I campaign for it, or we campaign for it, we make it happen.
Yeah, you're determined.
We're determined to get there. So
I think that's a great goal.
maybe we could rate and subscribe and say nice things.
Yeah.
If you like nice things. You can also say horrible things, which we've had people do as well.
I think just maybe if you don't have anything nice to say, just
Don't
like,
say
don't
it.
say anything.
Maybe that's
at
the better
all.
rule. Please
If you don't have anything nice to say, just say rock on.
Yeah. Rock on.
Rock on. From last episode. And on that note, we can't end 2 episodes with rock on.
Oh,
We did
come
our
on,
last
can
one.
we please?
Fine. 1, 2, 3.
Rock on. See ya.